India's farmers are back on the streets yet again, demanding guarantee on minimum support prices, work on the Swaminathan Committee report, electricity amendment bill, and debt waiver. The new protests come more than 2 years after the farmers' group moved to the streets against the controversial farm laws in 2021. The farmers' unions claim that Modi's government not only withdrew the controversial farm laws in 2021, but also had agreed to discuss farmers' demands, including guaranteed prices for produce and a withdrawal of criminal cases against the protesters. The farmers are now back, saying that they want to remind the Modi government of the promises made way back in 2021. This new movement could possibly become one of the biggest challenges for PM Narendra Modi's government ahead of the 2024 Lok Sabha. The ongoing protests are primarily led by farmers from Punjab and a few pockets of Haryana. They also have some support from a few groups in Tamil Nadu. After scrapping the infamous farm laws in 2021, the Narendra Modi government apparently had agreed to accept 200 out of the 201 recommendations made by the Swaminathan Commission, including the recommendation on MSP. Interestingly, the BJP-led central government backtracked on the MSP part and sought to soothe nerves by saying that a law guaranteeing MSP on crops could not be implemented in a hurry without consulting all the stakeholders. Congress's Rahul Gandhi, on the other hand, has jumped the gun and promised a legal guarantee on MSP to every farmer as per Swaminathan Commission if voted to power in 2024 Lok Sabha. So what exactly is the Swaminathan Commission report and why is it the primary bone of contention between the farmers, Modi government and the opposition? The late MS Swaminathan, a renowned agriculturist and father of Green Revolution in India, was recently conferred with the Bharat Ratna. He chaired the National Commission of Farmers and submitted a total of 5 reports between December 2004 and 2006, which was meant to develop the agricultural sector of India. Based on Swaminathan's draft, the Congress-led UPA government approved the National Policy for Farmers in 2007. The NPF, or National Policy of Farmers, intended to improve the economic viability of farming and increase the net income of India's farmers. The policy proposed asset reforms with respect to various natural resources, supply of good quality seeds, timely and adequate reach of institutional credit, coverage of farmers under a comprehensive national social security scheme, and effective implementation of MSP, among others. Interestingly, Swaminathan's recommendation on MSP was not included by the UPA government in the National Policy for Farmers, which was finalized in 2007. So what were the key recommendations of the Swaminathan Committee? The policy paper maintained that only 2.62% of India's farmers held 26.7% of the land. Hence, there was a need for creating a support mechanism for the small and marginal farmers. The small and marginal farmers, which constitute 85% of the population, had access to only 35.5% of the land. Swaminathan Committee suggested the creation of special agricultural zones in line with special economic zones for industries. This would help to create economies of scale. In this light, the paper suggested MSP should be at least 50% more than the weighted average cost of production of any crop. This was also known as the C2 plus 50% formula, which includes the input cost of capital and the rent of the land to give the farmers 50% of the returns. 50% of the returns back to farmers. This was the recommendation by MS Swaminathan. Presently, the government uses A2 plus FL formula, where A2 is all costs incurred and FL is family labor. Thus, the MSP is based on the premise that family landholding and family labor is the prime source of agricultural produce. This is validated by the fact that the commercial and large-scale agriculture, given the investments, does not depend upon MSP as the primary source of revenue. One of the key findings of the panel was that the agrarian crisis in India was arising from incomplete land reforms, quantity and quality of water, take fatigue, and was leading to farmers' suicides. In addition, adverse climate were a problem too. To this extent, the NCF had called for adding agriculture in the concurrent list of the country's constitution. The Commission also dealt with the problems around farmers and land reforms. The panel suggested that the diversion of prime agricultural land and forest to the corporate sector for non-agricultural purpose should not be allowed. It also recommended setting up a mechanism that would help regulate the sale of agricultural land based on a few conditions. Improving credit availability for the farmers is an issue the Commission also touched upon. Among the multiple suggestions, it recommended a reduction in the rate of crop loans to 4% simple with government support. It further suggested issuing Kisan credit cards to female farmers. MS Swaminathan's committee planned a total revolution of India's agriculture sector in a way that not only benefited farmers but also improved farm produce as a whole. However, the incomplete or rather selective implementation of Swaminathan's recommendations have resulted in this gruesome stalemate for more than a decade. Well, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.